Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a moment in life when we must pause, not to ask for more, not to beg for less, but to surrender fully and declare, Lord, may your will be silenced everywhere in my life. Why? Because when the noise of our own will, our own fears, and our own confusion is silenced, only then can everything fall perfectly into place. True alignment brings order is a principle that speaks to the very core of how life is meant to be lived. So often people are chasing after success, chasing after recognition, chasing after a sense of meaning. But despite all the running and striving, they end up feeling restless and confused. That is because they are living out of alignment. Alignment means that your actions, thoughts, and decisions are flowing in the same direction as your true purpose and the higher will that governs your destiny. When you are aligned, you are not scattered. You are not pulled in 20 different directions at the same time. You are centered. You are steady. You are clear. Out of that clarity comes order, and out of that order comes progress. When people are misaligned, they waste energy. They chase opportunities that do not belong to them. They fight battles that are not theirs to fight. And they try to open doors that were never meant for them. This is why so many end up exhausted, anxious, and unfulfilled. They are busy, but they are not fruitful. They are active, but they are not effective. True alignment brings order because it removes the unnecessary and allows only what matters to remain. Imagine a puzzle with hundreds of pieces scattered across a table. At first, it looks confusing and overwhelming. But when each piece is aligned in its proper place, the image becomes clear. Life is just like that. When you are aligned with your purpose and with the will of God for your life, suddenly the confusion clears and everything starts to make sense. Order does not mean everything will be perfect or that challenges will disappear. Order means that even in the midst of challenges, there is a flow and a direction that carries you forward. It means that when something does not work out, you do not crumble in despair because you know it was not meant to be part of the order of your life. Alignment gives you peace in the face of uncertainty because you trust that the right things will fall into place at the right time. Without alignment, people end up trying to force things, and when you force things, you create disorder. You may get what you thought you wanted, but it does not last because it was not in alignment. Alignment is also about discipline. It is about saying no to distractions and focusing on what truly matters. Many people do not experience order in their lives because they say yes to everything. They try to please everyone, chase every opportunity, and follow every trend. But alignment requires intentional choices. It requires a clear vision of who you are, what you are called to do, and where you are going. When your choices are aligned with that vision, your life develops rhythm and balance. Order flows naturally because you are no longer wasting energy on things that are outside of your assignment. The power of true alignment is that it connects you to timing. When you are aligned, you begin to experience doors opening effortlessly, relationships forming at the right moment, and opportunities appearing exactly when you are ready for them. People often call this coincidence or luck, but it is really the result of alignment. When you are in order, the right things are drawn to you because you are in the right place at the right time with the right mindset. This is why it is better to pursue alignment than to chase success. Success without alignment can become chaos, but alignment always produces success in its proper season. Silence the noise within is one of the most powerful disciplines a person can practice, because the greatest battles of life are not fought on the outside, but on the inside. Every day the mind is filled with voices, some encouraging and others discouraging, some telling you that you can, and others insisting that you cannot. There is the voice of fear whispering worst case scenarios, the voice of doubt questioning whether you are good enough, the voice of comparison reminding you of who is ahead of you, and the voice of past failures echoing shame and regret. These inner voices create a storm that leaves many people paralyzed and confused. The truth is, no matter how talented, gifted, or capable you are, if you cannot silence the noise within, you will always find yourself sabotaging your own progress. The noise within distracts you from clarity. It makes you second guess every decision and blinds you the possibilities that are right in front of you. Think about how many people delay taking a step forward because their mind is filled with what ifs. What if I fail? What if they reject me? What if I am not ready? These thoughts create noise, and that noise drowns out the quiet voice of faith and vision. Silence is not the absence of sound, but the mastery of focus. It is the ability to quiet the voices that do not serve your destiny and listen to the voice that aligns with your purpose. When you learn to silence the noise within, you discover clarity that gives you confidence to act decisively. Another danger of inner noise is that it creates exhaustion. People often feel tired, not because of the work they are doing, but because of the noise in their minds. They wake up thinking about yesterday's mistakes, spend the day worrying about tomorrow's uncertainties, and go to bed replaying every fear. This mental noise drains energy more than physical labor ever could. Silence is not weakness, it is strength. It allows the mind to reset, the heart to refocus, and the soul to regain peace. In silence, you find the strength to move forward without being crushed by the weight of unnecessary thoughts. Silencing the noise within also protects you from comparison. The world is louder than ever with opinions, judgments, and expectations. Social media alone bombards people with images of what others are doing, owning, or achieving. Without silence, you start to measure your worth against the noise of other people's lives. But silence teaches you that your race is unique. Your timeline is yours alone, and your worth is not determined by external applause. When the noise within is silenced, you are free to run at your own pace and embrace your own journey without envy or insecurity. Many breakthroughs are missed because people cannot hear the whisper of intuition or divine guidance over the shouting of their own fears. The most important instructions for your next step often come in stillness. But if the noise of worry and overthinking fills your mind, you will never notice the quiet direction that could change everything. Silence sharpens your sensitivity. It trains you to distinguish between destructive thoughts and guiding thoughts. It gives you the wisdom to know when to move and when to wait, when to hold on and when to let go. Silence is not about ignoring reality, but about mastering it. Life will always present challenges, uncertainty, and voices that try to shake your confidence. But when you cultivate inner silence, you learn to separate the noise from the truth. You stop reacting to fear and start responding to vision. You stop letting emotions drive your choices and start letting clarity lead your actions. In that silence, you find peace that is not dependent on circumstances and strength that does not break under pressure. Setbacks are setups is a principle that changes the way we view failure, disappointment, and delays. Many people see setbacks as final, as if one closed door or one failed attempt means the end of their dream. But in reality, setbacks are not meant to destroy you. They are meant to position you. What looks like a step backward is often the preparation for a greater step forward. Life has a way of disguising opportunities inside obstacles, and only those who can look beyond the surface understand that setbacks are not punishments but redirections. When you experience a setback, the natural response is frustration. You question why things are not working the way you planned. You may even feel forgotten or abandoned. But setbacks often happen because the path you were on would not have led to your true destination. A delay may feel painful, but it prevents you from running into something that was never meant for you. A closed door may sting, but it protects you from entering a place where you would have been out of alignment. The very things you call obstacles can be the tools that prepare you for resilience, wisdom, and strength that success alone cannot give. Think about how growth happens. Muscles only grow when they are challenged, when they face resistance. In the same way, setbacks stretch you, forcing you to think differently, adapt quickly, and develop patience. Without setbacks, there would be no need to dig deeper, no reason to push harder, and no opportunity to discover the strength you did not know you had. The truth is that success without struggle often produces arrogance, but success that comes after setbacks produces humility, gratitude, and wisdom. Setbacks also reveal what is truly inside you. Anyone can smile when everything is going according to plan, but character is tested when nothing seems to work. It is in those moments of setback that you learn whether your faith is real, whether your vision is strong, and whether your passion is deep enough to survive disappointment. Many people quit because they mistake a temporary setback for permanent failure. But those who endure soon discover that every closed door was pushing them closer to the right one. History is filled with examples of individuals who turned setbacks into setups. Inventors who failed hundreds of times before discovering breakthroughs. Leaders who were rejected before finding their true platform. And visionaries who were misunderstood before their ideas changed the world. Their stories prove that the path to greatness is rarely straight. It is filled with detours, obstacles, and delays that ultimately prepare you for a level of success you could not have handled earlier. Setbacks are also setups because they create space for new opportunities to appear. Sometimes you are so focused on one plan that you cannot see better options waiting in the background. The disappointment of a lost job can set you up for a career you never imagined. The heartbreak of a broken relationship can set you up for a healthier and more fulfilling partnership. The rejection of your idea can set you up to refine it into something even greater. What feels like the end is often just a transition to a better beginning. The key is perspective. If you look at setbacks as walls, you will stop moving. But if you look at them as bridges, you will keep walking toward what is next. The mindset you carry determines whether a setback breaks you or builds you. When you understand that setbacks are setups, you stop asking, "Why me?" and start asking, "What is this preparing me for?" That simple shift transforms frustration into expectation and despair into hope. Surrender unlocks destiny is one of the most paradoxical yet powerful truths of life, because we are conditioned to believe that control leads to success. From childhood, we are taught to fight harder, to push more, to hold on tightly, and to never let go. While discipline and determination are important, there comes a point where human effort alone cannot take us further. Destiny is not something you manufacture with your own strength. It is something you step into when you let go of your need to control everything and allow a higher will to guide the process. Surrender is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is the recognition that there is a bigger plan at work, a design larger than your immediate understanding. And when you align yourself with it, doors open that your effort alone could never unlock. Many people delay their destiny because they insist on doing things their own way. They resist change, fight against timing, and cling to things that were never meant for them. This creates exhaustion, frustration, and disappointment because life was never designed to bend to human willpower alone. Surrender is the decision to stop wrestling with the things you cannot control and to trust that the unseen hand guiding your life knows the path better than you do. In surrender, you release the burden of forcing outcomes and instead find peace in knowing that what is meant for you cannot miss you, and what is not meant for you will never satisfy you. Surrender does not mean giving up your dreams or becoming passive. It means holding your dreams with open hands, allowing the right opportunities, people, and timing to align naturally rather than manipulating or forcing them. It means you still work diligently, but you no longer work anxiously. You still move forward, but you no longer move in fear. True surrender is active trust. It is choosing to believe that even if the path takes unexpected turns, it is still leading you to the place you were designed to be. One of the reasons surrender unlocks destiny is because it removes the clutter of what does not belong in your life. When you surrender relationships, habits, or opportunities that are not aligned with your purpose, you create space for what is aligned to enter. Many people are stuck because they refuse to let go. They want destiny, but they also want to hold on to comfort zones, old patterns, or toxic connections. Surrender forces you to release what is temporary so you can receive what is eternal. Destiny does not thrive in clutter, it flourishes in clarity. And surrender brings that clarity. Another reason surrender is powerful is because it brings alignment with timing. Human beings are often impatient, wanting everything instantly, but destiny unfolds in seasons. Just like a seed cannot be forced to grow before its appointed time, your destiny cannot be rushed. When you surrender, you stop fighting against time and start flowing with it. You understand that waiting is not wasting, but preparation. You realize that every delay carries development, and every pause carries purpose. Without surrender, impatience can lead you to grab at counterfeit opportunities that look right, but are not truly yours. With surrender, you develop the patience to wait for what is authentic and lasting. Surrender also transforms fear into faith. The fear of failure, the fear of rejection, the fear of the unknown all lose their grip when you surrender. Because surrender shifts the weight from your shoulders to the shoulders of the one who holds your destiny. You no longer live in constant anxiety, wondering how everything will work out, because you trust that the details are being orchestrated beyond what you can see. In that trust, you find courage to step into doors you never thought you were ready for. Because you understand that if the door opened, then you are prepared to walk through it. What leaves was never meant for you is a truth that can bring deep peace if it is fully understood. Life is filled with people, opportunities, seasons, and possessions that come and go. The natural instinct is to hold tightly to what feels familiar or valuable, but not everything that enters your life is designed to stay. Some things are only temporary, meant to teach you, to shape you, or to prepare you for something greater. The pain comes when we try to make the temporary permanent, when we cling to what was only meant to pass through. Learning to accept that what leaves was never truly meant for you frees you from bitterness, regret, and unnecessary grief. So many people waste years trying to resurrect dead relationships, reopen closed doors, or cling to opportunities that expired long ago. They look back on what they lost and convince themselves that life will never be the same without it. But when something or someone leaves your life, it is often an act of protection or redirection. If it were truly meant for you, it would still be standing beside you. What is yours cannot be taken away, and what is taken away was not truly yours. This shift in perspective is what allows people to move forward instead of being stuck in the past. When you recognize this principle, you stop begging people to stay who are determined to leave. You stop chasing validation from those who cannot see your worth. You stop trying to force opportunities that clearly closed because they were not in alignment with your purpose. Many times, the things we cry over losing are the very things that were blocking us from greater blessings. By letting go of what leaves, you make space for what is meant to arrive. Life is a constant exchange of seasons, and holding on to expired seasons delays the arrival of new ones. This principle also brings freedom in relationships. People will come into your life for different reasons. Some to walk with you for a lifetime, others to guide you for a moment. When you do not understand this, you carry resentment when people leave. But when you see it correctly, you can release them in peace, grateful for the role they played, without feeling abandoned or unworthy. Sometimes, the exit of a person creates the exact space needed for someone more aligned with your destiny to enter. It is not rejection, it is redirection. The same is true for opportunities and possessions. A lost job might feel devastating in the moment, but it may be the very thing that pushes you toward a career that fulfills your purpose. Losing material possessions may hurt your pride, but it reminds you that your value is not tied to what you own. Every loss carries a hidden lesson, and every departure leaves behind wisdom that prepares you for the future. What leaves was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to free you from dependency on what was not truly yours. Holding tightly to what has left only prolongs pain. Release, on the other hand, brings healing and peace. Trusting this principle allows you to stop asking, "Why did it leave?" and instead begin asking, "What is this making room for?" Life becomes lighter when you understand that everything meant for you will find its way to you, and everything that leaves was never carrying your destiny in the first place. Everything happens in timing is a principle that brings both patience and peace to life when it is truly embraced. Human beings are naturally impatient, always wanting results immediately, always comparing their journey to others, and often frustrated when things do not unfold according to their personal schedule. But life is designed with seasons, and every season carries its own purpose. Just as a seed cannot become a tree overnight, dreams and destinies do not manifest instantly. Timing is what transforms potential into reality, and those who understand this principle stop living in constant frustration and begin to trust the process. When something happens too early, it can cause damage instead of blessing. Imagine giving a child the responsibility of driving a car before they are mature enough to handle it. The gift would turn into a danger. In the same way, many things we pray for and desire are not denied. They are simply delayed until we are ready to handle them. Timing is the difference between receiving something as a blessing or being crushed by it as a burden. This is why impatience can be dangerous. If you rush into something before the appointed time, you may destroy what was meant to elevate you. But if you wait until the right season, the same opportunity can lift you to heights you never imagined. Delays are often misunderstood as denials. When doors do not open immediately, the temptation is to think that life is unfair or that dreams are impossible. Yet many delays are nothing more than preparation. During the waiting period, you are being shaped, refined, and strengthened to handle what is coming. The lessons learned in seasons of waiting become the very tools you will need in seasons of fulfillment. People who resist the process often arrive unprepared, while those who embrace timing step into their opportunities with confidence and maturity. Timing also teaches trust. It forces you to believe that you do not have to manipulate, force, or control everything. What is meant for you will not miss you if you remain faithful and patient. This trust removes unnecessary stress and anxiety. You no longer feel pressured by other people's timelines or by society's expectations, because you know your journey is unique. Just as no two trees grow at the same pace, no two lives unfold in the exact same rhythm. Comparison fades when you understand that everything happens in timing, because you realize that your season will arrive exactly when it is supposed to, not a moment too soon and not a moment too late. There is also wisdom in missed opportunities, because sometimes what you thought you needed immediately would have actually derailed your purpose. A relationship that ended, a job that slipped away, or an opportunity that never materialized might feel painful in the moment, but later you realize it was not part of the right timing. Looking back, many people see that if they had received what they wanted when they wanted it, they would not have been able to sustain it. Timing has a way of protecting us from what our impatience cannot see. When you align with timing, life develops rhythm and flow. You stop fighting against delays and start learning from them. You stop panicking when things take longer than expected and start asking what the waiting season is trying to teach you. You learn to trust that the right doors will open at the right time, and when they do, everything will feel natural and unstoppable. The opportunities, the resources, the people, and the circumstances will align in ways that human effort alone could never orchestrate. That is the power of timing. It may not satisfy the impatience of the moment, but it guarantees the fulfillment of destiny. Do you want me to now transform all 6 key points into a complete motivational sermon outline that flows smoothly as one powerful message?